I'm Jacqueline Johnson.
And I'm Marina Middleton.
And this is Work Party, a podcast that's part work and part party. Work Party celebrates a new generation of women who are redefining the meaning of work on their own terms and having fun while doing it.
In this podcast, we are diving into all the areas of being a working woman. Mind, body, and business. No topic is off limit.
Real talk and hot takes. Think of us as your internet work wives. This is Work Party,
the podcast.
Wait, where's the champagne?
Welcome back to Work Party. Today's special episode is in celebration of our annual 100 list. Create and Cultivate's 100 list honors 10 women in 10 different categories who are building, leading, and influencing at scale. They are moving markets, shaping culture, and making decisions that matter. This year, Create and Cultivate's 2026 100 list will span industries, generations, and stages of success, from first-time founders to legacy leaders, each setting the pace, raising the standards, and moving culture forward. This episode highlights our fashion category.
Good style gets noticed, but great taste builds brands. In this episode, we explore how our CNC 100 fashion girlies have transformed their instinct for fashion into thriving businesses, and how they're scaling that vision with intention. It's a look at how today's most influential women are turning a creative eye into something far more powerful and profitable. Let's dive in as we hear from Olandria Carthen, Daryl Anne Denner, Ariana Ferwerda, Raissa Gerona, Alani Noelle, and Jully Patel.
Oh, it's such a long list. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Queen. Hi, I'm Olandria, aka Bama Barbie, and I'm a TV personality and activist. If you toured my closet, you will see a lot of black. I love black. It's my comfort color. Blacks, browns, tomato, tomato. I create a timeless style as trend comes and goes by always referencing the greats. Whether that's me referencing Dorothy Dandridge when I'm on a Golden Globes carpet for an old Hollywood look, or referencing Rihanna, her 2015 Met Gala look, like anything like that, always referencing the greats, or like a 90s model, so a timeless classic that I love to reference every single time I put on clothes. I feel like the next wave of fashion trends is going to be a blast from the past. I'm seeing capris with heels again, which I totally love. I'm already seeing like a lot of the 2000s trend coming back around again, which I love. So I feel like it's going to be a blast from the past all over again.
Baby's a gun and a pointed blind. Da-da-da-da-da-da, swallowing pride. I always wanted more. Baby's a gun. Hi, my name is Seerat and I am a fashion and beauty content creator. I just got Claude AI and I've actually been using it for voice effects. So if you want to create like a narrator voice, or if you want your voice to sound like an old record, an old voicemail, like something more textured, you can actually prompt it, give it your voice note, and it will create like a custom like filter for your voice for your video. So I've been loving doing that. It's really fun. I think to get out of a creative rut, you just have to like live life and let it go. I think sometimes you can't force it. The creative juices, inspiration happens when you least expect it, when it's meant to happen. And so go out, have fun with your friends, travel, look around thrift stores, go on the beach for a walk, like go and put yourself in situations that you're not normally in every day, and something will spark that creativity again for sure. Advice for finding your unique voice. I think that everyone already has one. I think it's about staying true to your voice and just amplifying what you personally feel. I feel like so much, and we're all probably guilty of this, of the internet can be very like parrot culture, where you hear something, you subconsciously start parroting it. So I think that logging off actually and having real life conversations, reading, going outside, chatting with your friends, finding and honing in on who you are before you even start content creation, and then allowing that to guide you is the best way to have that unique voice. Stay your unique voice on the internet. Oh my God, my toxic trait during content shoots, I overshoot everything. I'm like, no, we didn't get it. We didn't get the shot. No, I can do it better. And then you just end up like delaying it because me, the content creator, the person in front of the camera, I'm like, it's the editor's job later to go through the footage. But I'm the editor, so there's like a separate avatar editor, Seerat, that then has to look at all the footage. And I'm like, who shot 2 hours of footage for a 30-second video? And it's like me versus me. You know, my feed gives me a lot of like card reading. I don't know why. I never interact with them. I'm like, I don't know if I trust this, but it's like, if this video found you, this message is for you. And I'm like, low key, I'm like, tell me more. But I'm also like, wait, like 500,000 other people have liked this video, so it can't just be about me. Okay, thank you to whoever's editing this. We appreciate it.
Is it real or is it fake? Oh, no kidding. Home sweet, you and me ain't got much, but we've got all we need. Hi, my name is Daryl Anne Denner. I am the founder and CEO of Nudes, which is a basics clothing brand made for women out of a community that I have had following me online since 2015. I'm a basics girl through and through. So you're going to see t-shirts and jeans. I am a jeans and a t-shirt girl. I have 3, almost 4 kids. And so I don't have time to mess with putting together outfits. And so jeans and a tee is what you will find me in 6 days a week. So I like to say that confidence is not a trend. No matter what season it is of fashion, if you feel good in what you're wearing, it's going to look good. And so at Nudes, we like to say that putting on clothes that make you feel confident will always be in style. And so we like to create basics that make you feel good and make you look good in turn, no matter what the style trend is at the moment. I think more and more people are stepping into a casual style, which I love because you're more comfortable, you're more confident. And I think as we grow as women and as we grow up as women, you realize that it's more about creating moments. And when you feel good, you're able to create more intentional memories and moments with the people you love instead of worrying about what you look like. And so I'm all for figuring out how we can be more comfortable, more confident, and create more memories and moments. So I have several words that I say over and over, and I feel like it's very California of me. I say anyways, I say literally, I say all the words that you would, I guess, hear out of someone from the West Coast instead of And so even my little 5-year-old girl will tell me all the time, she's like, literally, Mom? I'm like, I know I've overused it because you are using it. Yeah. Okay. So before I had, because I've been sharing my life online since before I had kids. So it's obviously changed so much as I have more kids. But I think that for me, having the first kid was the biggest change of my life ever. And I think that I really had to learn that if I wanted to show up online and if I wanted to continue creating content, I had to let go of a perfect persona because as a mom, you can't keep up with that anymore. And so I just showed up as who I was. And vulnerable in my day-to-day life. And I think that's the only way it's been sustainable for me for the past 10 years is because I've just showed up as it is and not tried to make it look a certain way. And if it's not perfect, that's okay. And I just keep posting and keep going. And I think people really appreciate that because they connect with it and it feels more real life to them than curated content. And so that's how I've been able to do it as becoming a mom for it. And I think I have a great family that helps me and I have I have a nanny. I have people that help me constantly. So I think that's also been such a privilege that I've been able to have more and more kids that I don't know I would be able to do if I didn't have all that help. Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Hi, how are you? Yeah. Oh. Hi, I'm Ariana Ferwerda, co-founder and CEO of Half Days. As it pertains to trend and ensuring that I have a timeless capsule wardrobe, I really think about having a foundational set of everything that I love to wear on a daily basis. So denim, jackets, leather, classic tees, everything like that. And then I'm always looking to bring in trend by bringing in something like if bandana print is trending, like adding elements and texture. I also love knitwear. So being able to add different pieces that are on trend into a capsule wardrobe is definitely how I maintain a timeless wardrobe. Right now, I think the next wave of fashion trend is really going into a direction of being a bit more fun. I think that there's been such a shift toward this like 90s timeless minimal aesthetic, and I think that's incredible. Obviously, it's so chic and will always be around, but I think that there's going to be more color, more texture. I think a bit of a swing back to like boho and sheer and just different like patterns and materials is going to be the next wave of fashion trends. Yeah, ski wear has definitely exploded the past few years, I think that COVID was definitely a time when people were getting out onto the mountain again for maybe the first time or for the first time in a long time. And it's certainly become a bit of a cultural fashion moment. It's no longer just grabbing your old ski wear that you've had in your closet for a long time, but rather an extension of your personal style. So I think that that's definitely a huge shift that we've seen the past few years on the mountain. My advice for anyone starting any company, let alone whether it be fashion, apparel, or just a business in general, is to just start. I think that there's so much thought and intention that goes into a business, but I think taking the first step is really where you have to go. And then in the apparel and fashion industry specifically, it's just getting your foot in the door at the very beginning, as an intern, as working as an assistant for a fashion brand, just getting your foot in the door and honestly starting. I also think that social media breaks down the barriers to entry into any industry in a huge way. So honestly, just starting to post content to tap into that industry is really the first step. So the most fun part of my job is probably getting to do something that I'm obsessed with every single day. I love skiing, I love fashion, and I love connecting with other people, and I get to do that every single day, day in, day out. So that's certainly something that's so much fun. I would also say I get to travel a lot. I get to go to incredible places like skiing in Chamonix or going to New Zealand and doing a photo shoot on top of a glacier. There's just so much fun travel that goes into this job, and I'm genuinely so lucky. And then one of the hardest parts of my job, and what probably brings the most hassle and frustration, is managing a team. I love the people that I work with, but having 30 plus full-time team members around me all the time, there's just so much that you wouldn't expect to have to manage through and work through as you're building a team. And that's definitely the hardest, but also most rewarding part of being an entrepreneur. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, also I'm like matching the green. This is great.
I think it's very profesh.
Hi, my name is Raissa Gerona, and I'm the Chief Brand Officer for Revolve and Forward. One of my earliest memories that has really shaped me is my grandma used to have her own clothing manufacturing in the Philippines. And I didn't know it until I was much older that seeing her in the 50s, 60s, 70s own a business as a woman in fashion has really cemented something so powerful and big in me beyond what I ever even imagined. I would say my aha moment in fashion is when I started selling vintage on eBay. Like, I'm old school. I'm old and I'm old school. I used to just buy things on from thrift stores, etc., for like $1 to $5, and then turn it around, sling it on eBay, and make much more money. And so I was like, wait, people are into this, and I kind of maybe have a good eye for what people are looking for, and I have the patience to go through like thrift stores and stuff to do it. So that was a huge aha moment that really pivoted my entire life and career to work in fashion. I reached this level of success because I remained true to myself. I always listened to my gut. I didn't really, or tried to not listen to what people were saying in terms of like, no, you shouldn't do that. No, I don't know what an influencer is, and is that even going to be a thing? And it's like, keep going. I think when you start to really look at what everyone is doing, you start to forget about yourself. And for me, it was really always being instinctual with my strategies, listening to myself, and obviously doing the work. Because at the end of the day, it's hard work that really wins. And I think I'm pretty good at being a hard worker. I am the ultimate party girl. And I think people, again, have this misconception that partying is a bad thing. I think you can party and have a good time. And that was actually like my life hack. Like, I created this life that I really wanted so that I could do all those things. I could go on vacation and I can travel and I can party, but wake up the next day and still have this incredible job that I love. And so I think that that's very important. It's a huge life hack. Create the life that you want. Big. I want to do everything big. At this point, I've been in this for almost 20 years. And for so long, I felt like not big. I was always like, I want to just make sure I do my work and like be quiet about it and be humble. And all those things are still very true about myself. But I want to make sure that the work that I do is felt, not just within Revolve in our community, but in fashion and other industries. I want to make sure that my daughter understands what I do for work. And sometimes that's hard to do when I minimize how busy I am or what I do for work. And I just want to make an impact in the most positive way to the people who follow my career, to Revolve, and to a lot of young girls that may feel like, okay, they kind of look like me or they have a similar trajectory, that you can really do it if you, I know it's very cheesy, but if you believe in yourself, you got to do the work. There's no getting around to it. You might blow up on TikTok overnight, but to sustain that success takes years and years. And so, yeah, I just want to make sure that I continue to do big things because it does make a huge impact on a lot of people. I'm just so grateful to be here and to be considered to be 100 people. So thank you guys.
You have to look it up. It's a good tune. Hi, my name is Alani Noelle. I am currently a store director for Kith Women. If you tour my closet, one thing you are sure to see is color. Lots of color. Creating timeless style, I believe, is truly about taking every trend and conceptualizing it in your own way, which will make it true to you. So even though you may be following a trend, because you're making it your own interpretation, it will fall in line with your personal style and read through and become timeless. I think the next wave of fashion trends is the incorporation of maximalism and color. I think we are seeing more women especially gravitate towards unique pieces. So I would say maximalism. Thank you.
Good.
I just can't.
Hi, my name is Jully Patel, and I am an Indian American fashion creator. If you were to tour my closet, you would see a lot of Indian clothing. You would see a lot of sparkly pieces, statement pieces, and anything that is hand embroidered. I create timeless style by pretty much staying true to myself and incorporating pieces that I feel very comfortable in. And then, of course, throughout the seasons, incorporating something that I like that is trending, but overall, it still is true to who I am. I think the next wave of fashion trends is going to be a lot of cultural pieces, and people are really going to start incorporating their own culture into their own style, which is so beautiful. I mean, I myself incorporate a lot of Indian clothing pieces into my own style, and I feel like that's also very, very timeless. And I think as a brand founder of Mesha, that is something that we're seeking to do, really bring in that Indian identity to everyday wear. I would say the biggest advice that I would give to women would be to take risk when it comes to their fashion. Sometimes you really don't know what your style is until you take that next step and try on something very, very different. And I think that is when you really find out what works for you. India has so much beautiful craftsmanship and embroidery that I think it's beautiful to bring that over here and acknowledge where it comes from. And that's something that I'm really trying to do with Mesha and my own personal style. So even when it comes to jewelry or skirts and beadwork and glass beads, all of that, I think it's really important to remember where it comes from and then incorporate it into your own style. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Work Party. If you like what you heard, follow, leave a review, rate the pod, or slide into our DMs.
Check out the different ways you can create and cultivate on our website, createcultivate.com. From retreats and masterminds to our summits and festival.
We have different experiences to support you through your entrepreneurial journey from launch
to legacy.
Follow us at Create Cultivate on all platforms, and don't forget, work hard.
Party on.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.